All right, so I watched an interesting documentary the other day on Netflix called Asexuality. And basically, it was talking about people that don't have the urge to be sexually intimate with people. It was pretty interesting. I've heard about it before, being from the LGBT community. When I was living in New York and I went to Hedrick Martin, I heard about that stuff. But I've heard about it before, and they just didn't call it that. I used to go to church when I was little, so they mentioned that about priests, and if a priest doesn't feel the need to have a wife, then he should be celibate and or abstain from sex, whatever. But if he does have the need to have a wife, then he should have a wife and have children and live as God states to live in the Bible. So I mean, when I heard about it, there wasn't a term for it, but I knew of it. And in this documentary, people act like it's some sort of weird alien thing not to have, the urge to be intimate with somebody. Gosh, it's bright in here. Jeez. Yeah. Anywho, so I found it very interesting. One of the ladies in the documentary was talking about, because they unite with the LGBT community, and go to the parade and everything. But there was a lady that said, if I'm not mistaken, it is kind of queer not to feel the need to be sexually intimate with somebody, or something to that effect. I just thought it was the stupidest comment I've ever heard in my life. What does not having any need for sex have to do anything with being queer? That was just stupid. I was kind of pissed they left that in the documentary. I'm sure she had her reasons, and I'm sure she meant it in the sense that it's strange to not want to have sex, just like some people think it's strange to want to be intimate with somebody of the same sex. But I just found it offensive. I know she probably didn't mean it that way, but it was rude. Obviously, being lesbian myself, I found it insulting, because it's not that I want to be intimate, it's just not with a guy, you know what I mean? So that comment just pissed me off. It was just so stupid. But I'm not against them being a part of our community, being that so many people abroad kind of alienate people that feel like they're asexual. We know what that's like, because people don't consider me being a lesbian normal. So we know what that's like, which makes sense why they would unite with the LGBT community, feeling that themselves, that people think they're weird because they don't have a sexual need or urge to fulfill. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, more power to you. And you don't have to deal with the things that come along with being sexually active, sexually transmitted diseases and pregnancies and all that kind of stuff. I guess it allows you to be more in tune with the world. You fulfill your need through different relationships. Now, the guy that founded this whole thing, David, apparently started towards the end of the video, he kind of said that he's compromising his beliefs because he feels like he can't find a genuine relationship that wouldn't require intimacy, in the sexual sense. You don't need to be sexual to be intimate, honestly. But it was kind of sad to see that, you've been such an activist towards this whole thing. You brought it to the light, and then you're compromising your own beliefs. It's kind of like sad. There's really nothing else I can say. In my opinion, if you crave a relationship, then you look for the one that you're craving for. And if you don't find it, then you don't find it. You don't compromise yourself just to fulfill certain needs. I mean, the way it is explained, and the way that I view it at least, asexuals don't have a need for sex, but they have a need for relationships and affections in some sense of the word. You know, you want somebody there, you want somebody you can talk to, you want somebody dependable, you want somebody that's gonna, you can rely on whenever you need them, and that they're there and you can share things with, just everything that you share with somebody you're in a regular relationship except sex. I mean, I get it. It's not easy finding somebody like that. And I get that you can get to the point where you're desperate enough for a relationship that you would compromise your beliefs. I think it sucks. It takes a really strong person not to do that. But not everybody can, obviously. I don't think that he should. If he doesn't want to, why should he? You know? It's to say that then everything has to be in some way sexual, and that's not always the case. But I guess for what he wants, he feels. I don't think it's true. I think he can find somebody. It's just gonna take time, and he's gonna have to deal with that. But if you're asexual and you don't have a need for sex, then don't have a need for sex. It's nobody's business what you're doing in your bedroom anyway. But I do agree with one of the gentlemen in the video who stated that if you're asexual, that you shouldn't be in a relationship with somebody that is sexual. Just simply because it gets complicated. I mean, one wants sex, the other one doesn't want sex. It's kind of like, then you're both compromising, and then it's made for the relationship not to last. There was a couple though that did get married on the video, and he didn't, she was asexual and she didn't really like it, but he didn't mind sex, but he didn't need it. I don't really know what went on with that, but they got married, and good for them. I mean, if it works, it works. If you can make it work, like every relationship is gonna take work. It's gonna take meeting in the middle on certain things. But when it comes to your beliefs and what makes you feel comfortable, I don't think you should compromise that. If you don't feel comfortable with being sexual, then don't. If there's certain parts of sexual acts that you feel comfortable with, like hugging, kissing, you know, rubbing, then go nuts. You know, I'm a makeout person. I can make out all day. Eventually I will go all the way. I'm not even gonna lie. But if you're the type of person that can be like that and not have sex, then don't have sex. Be asexual, be yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, that says, basically, it says a lot about the kind of person you are. And if you're thinking about it in a religious sense, it kind of makes you very holy-ish, because God, in Corinthians 1, does state, I believe it's 7, verse 7, it does state that God wants us to be more like God, and be celibate, but it doesn't say you have to be. It says he would like you to be, but you don't have to be. And some people are like God in that sense, that they don't need sex, and some of us are not. So, I mean, I'm not a Bible person, you know. I have my beliefs, and I think that's pretty amazing. And if you're asexual, good for you. If you're not, good for you too. Just live your life to the best of your abilities. Be the best person you can. Treat others like you would treat yourself, and I think we'll do pretty good. But that's about it. That's my thought for today about that. There's different things in the world, you know, there's no one, there's something with the human condition that we want to make everybody the same, and we want to put them in these little boxes, like you're here and you're here, and a person like me just I don't fit in any one box. I probably got a hand in one, a finger in another, a leg in another, a foot, and I mean, I can't be boxed. I don't like the idea, and I love the fact that there's so much variety and differences in the world. I think that's what makes the world beautiful. And once we embrace that, and once we're able to accept people for who they are, not just to deal with the differences that they have from you, then this world will be a better place. But if we continue to try to label each other and try to put each other in a box, it's gonna make it very difficult for that to happen. Live, love, and laugh. Enjoy life. You only get one shot that you'll remember, because some people believe in reincarnation, but you know, you don't remember those past lives. You get one to remember while you're here, so just enjoy it. Have fun and make your dreams come true.